Alright, how y'all doing? Um, it's Monday, the 25th. Um, just got done with my walking video, uh, exercise, and I did another 100 setups today. Um, so far it's getting a little bit easier so far, from when I first started. And, you know, only major thing is like my knee hurts from doing the walking video. And that's to be expected with my excess weight. Um, wanted to talk about um, wanted to get some things off my chest. Um, like I know this is going to be a huge undertaking for me. I'm not expecting to lose a lot of weight, but hopefully I can get down to where I'm comfortable again, um, within my own skin. Um, I've always with my weight especially, I've always felt insecure about it, even though I might have put up a front about being happy with my weight and everything. That was basically just a front, you know what I mean? Because if you're a sad fat dude, you know, it's not a really pleasing quality to want to be around. You know what I mean? So even when my younger days, um, I had to be the jokester, the positive outlook on shit like that. And you know um, with my since I gained weight, especially in the past 3 years, um, you know, going through a divorce, and that took an emotional toll on me, and I turned to food to kind of you know deal with the hurt and rejection. Um, a reason why I want to lose a lot of the weight. I'm being realistic. I'm not going to be 150. You know what I'm saying? That's like an impossible dream or whatever. But I know that if I could get down where I'm comfortable with myself, then I think I'll feel a lot better. I've always had to deal with being a bigger guy. Um, People automatically judge me just from my appearance. You know what I mean? They don't ever give me the chance, or they don't give themselves a chance to get to know me. Because when they see me, oh, big black fat guy, you know what I mean? It's always like a negative mindset with them. Even if I uh, go to a job, you know what I mean? Like if I go to an interview, I get the questions like, well, everything seems cool, but are you going to be able to do the job? And, it's a lot of walking. Are you going to be able to do it? Or it's a lot of lifting. Are you going to be able to do it? And I'm like, motherfucker, I wouldn't be here if I couldn't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And another thing with my weight is relationships, right? This shit always pisses me off. Like, chicks, based on my personality, when they get to know me, they'll date me. But the thing that I always had a problem with is like their friends or whatever. I always get when they introduce me to like their friends or family or whatever. It's like, oh, he seems like a nice guy, but he's so big, girl. Like, uh, I don't see what you see in him and type of shit like that. So I'm like, you don't even know me just from my appearance. You already like judging me like I'm not good enough for the person that whoever I'm dating or whatever. And that's something that I always have to contend with because eventually, if you hear that you could do better than him, he's a decent looking guy, but if you could do better than him, like, you know, like, girl, I didn't know that you like big guys or whatever and shit like that. And I'm like, you know, what makes her so much better than me? Because my only fault is that I'm a big guy, and a lot of the chicks be like, I feel like they be like, yeah, why am I with this fat bastard? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bitch, you ain't that much better than me. You know, like you walk around here like, you know, you the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I actually, you know, care about you for the person that you are. You know, it's not about, you know, I've learned through my past that judging someone based on their appearance or their weight or whatever, you know, is not fair to that individual. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I've always had to contend with being a bigger guy. You know what I mean? I think that leads into my insecurities because, and some of the shit, you know, like if I'm dating a girl, um, if we get into an argument, I already know the first thing that's gonna come out of their mouth. You know, if we get into an argument or something, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you big black bastard," and I'm like, really? Because when you dated, when you know, when we first met, you knew I was big. It wasn't like something that I hid. You know, like I had a garter belt, and I'm like, ugh. You know, and I take it off like, oh, I'm a fatty. You know what I'm saying? Like that's normally the first cheap shot or blow that they try to send. You know, based on my weight or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I always found that funny. It was like you knew I was fat when we got together, and it wasn't like I pulled a wool over your eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, like a lot of them, I'll be like, bitch, you fucked up in the head. Like, I don't, bring that fact into light, or that, you bald headed. You know, like when I first met you, you had a weave on, and I'm not thinking, oh, I thought that was your natural hair, and then I'm seeing all these bald patches and all this shit. Like, I don't call you out on your flaw or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I just wouldn't have a girlfriend or whatever, you know what I mean? But I feel um, like women when they date a bigger dude, well, some women when they date a bigger dude, they feel like they're doing him a favor if they're dating him, like they're throwing me a bone, because you're dating me, and I'm like, that always like pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Like always pisses me off, but um, I don't know, because I think maybe if I was smaller, maybe if I was smaller frame, then I wouldn't have a lot of the insecurities, or I go through some of the bullshit that I go through in like relationships or whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It takes a toll on you after a while when you hear all these negative things about you. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm a good person regardless if I'm fat, skinny, or whatever. But with a lot of people, I don't think they really give actually see me for the person that I am. You know what I mean? Like with me, I feel like when I've dated people, it's always what I could do for them, or like when they say, "Oh, I love you." You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily feel like because eventually it's always true. Like my weight has always been a problem for them. Like they feel embarrassed by my weight, even though they claim that they love me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I've gotten to the point where I feel like I need to make um, a complete overhaul in my life, and just like a lot of different aspects. And I know that it's gonna have to start with losing weight, where I get to a comfortable weight where I'm comfortable at, and I could gain back a lot of my confidence and not really worry about somebody else's thought or opinion. Because I know realistically, I'm never going to be. I've always been a big frame guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that's not something that I'm not expecting from my little workouts, that I'm going to be like lean, chiseled, or whatever. I accepted the fact that I'm a big guy, and I'll probably always be a big guy. But the reason I'm doing this is I just want to get down to a comfortable weight where I feel good about myself again, and maybe um, it won't have such an effect on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm older and I'm 32, so The old body is not holding up like it used to. So I need to get back down to a reasonable weight, and you know, hopefully I'll start feeling better about myself, and I could change a lot of different aspects in my life. But I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. But if anybody's out there watching and got some tips or whatever that I can use, um, or some exercise routines that's like joint friendly, um, for a big guy, you know, that'd be really cool. If you guys can help me out with some tips or some things that I can do to incorporate into my workout. So, once again, I can't believe I'm really talking about all this shit on camera. You know, I'm not. This is more therapeutic for me, so I can kind of vent out some frustrations that I have, and I can watch later on and um, really reevaluate evaluate myself, and you know. But I think that's about it. All right.